In this video, we're going to show you how to safely disassemble, clean, and reassemble your Walther PD380 firearm. The gun can't be disassembled without being safely cleared first, so let's go through that process. The first thing you're going to have to do is use your paddle mag release to release the magazine. We'll set that aside. Note that it's clear of any ammunition. So to disassemble the firearm, if your hammer is back, what you're going to notice is that we've added a decocking feature into the safety of this firearm. If the camera can zoom in there, you notice that when I activate and deactivate the safety, there's a block coming up in front of the firing pin that keeps the hammer from touching it. And we want to make sure that that's activated before we drop the hammer. So we'll put the gun on safe, and you're going to take your thumb and put it on the back of the hammer, lightly press the trigger, and ease the hammer forward. And now the gun is ready to be disassembled safely. Okay, now we can use the takedown lever to take the slide assembly off of the frame. We're going to push the takedown lever downward, and we're going to push forward on the rear of the slide. You can see how that sort of slides forward. That shows us that it's ready to be completely disassembled. We take the slide assembly off. We can set our frame down. We'll turn the slide assembly over, and then you can see your guide rod, and you can see the barrel in there. To take the guide rod out, we're just going to push a little bit forward, and it pops out very easily. And then the barrel, we'll just push that up a little bit, and it slides out as well. Now, we have the entire PD380 disassembled and ready to be lubricated and cleaned. To clean your barrel, you're going to want to get a solvent patch and run it through, and then there's plenty of products like scrub brushes, bore snakes, things like that, that you're going to want to send through after the solvent cleans out all of the carbon, and that'll just brush the whole thing out, it'll get it nice and clean and ready to shoot again. To lubricate the barrel, you're going to want to put a little bit of lubricant, whether you use oil, grease, whatever, it all should be fine. Put it a little bit just around the barrel and make sure that it has a nice light coat. The guide rod shouldn't need any lubrication, but if it's gotten really funky, you can clean it off with a dry rag or a dry cloth of some sort and put just 1 drop of oil on the rod itself. To lubricate the frame, you're going to notice 4 protrusions coming out of the side of the frame. These are your slide rails. You're going to put 1 drop of oil or grease on each one of those 4 points, and then you can also put a drop on the rear of the hammer. You can cock the hammer back when it's just a bare frame. That's not going to hurt anything. It'll be just fine. Then on the slide itself, if you'd like, inside these rail channels, you can put another drop of oil. That's not going to hurt anything. And then 1 drop of oil here where the barrel slides back and forth. That's all you should need to know for lubricating the pistol. Now let's get back into reassembling it. To reinsert the barrel, you're going to go muzzle first into the slide, and then drop it. If you miss the channel that it locks into, you just slide the barrel back and it will lock itself into place. Now that your barrel's installed, we need to reinstall the guide rod and recoil spring assembly. Find the end that has the small protrusion on the front, and that interfaces with the front of the slide, and it will just lock back in on this lug here on the barrel. Now we're ready to reattach our slide assembly to the frame. You're going to hold the frame like this, and then you're going to slide the slide assembly back onto the frame. If the hammer drops, that's totally fine. Once you get it to this point, you're going to notice that the slide assembly is slightly forward of the frame. That means that it's ready to be completely reassembled. What we're going to do is I'm going to hold the rear of the firearm just like this, and I'm going to take the takedown lever and pull that down again, and then I'm just going to slide the slide just a little bit rearward and let off of the takedown lever, and now the gun has been completely reassembled and is ready to go. That's how you disassemble, clean, and reassemble a Walther PD380 pistol.